Okay, now let me go ahead and close this page here and give more gravitas to what I was just saying. Okay, so I'm going to start today with the 19th Emirp. Emirp means it's the backwards written of prime. So if you write prime backwards, it becomes Emirp. So these are the prime numbers that if you write them backwards, then you get another prime number. The 19th such number is 359. And in order to give more gravity to this, what I want you to do is I want you to read chapter 3, verse 59. Okay? Just read chapter 3, verse 59. Okay? And so here we go to that chapter, and we see what 359. Okay, 359 says, surely the example of Jesus as far as God is concerned is the same as Adam. He created him from clay and said to it, be, and so it became. Okay, can you imagine the wisdom behind that? That verse 359 actually is slated for this important message that God is trying to describe the creation of Jesus to people. Okay? And 359 happens to be an Emirp. That means if you write it backwards, it's going to become another prime number, which is 953. And it happens that this happens to be the 19th such prime. Okay? So again, we are going to minimize this and go back to this. And so the Emirp of 359, as I just said, is 953. But 953rd composite actually is 1143, which is 9 times 127. And Surah 9 has 127 verses. So we've known about this. What we didn't know is from this bullet number 4, the fourth bullet. 1143rd Gaussian prime is Gaussian prime is 20107. But this 20107 also happens to be a super prime. That means that this index is a prime number, and then the index of that prime is 338. So it becomes a super prime. And so it happens to be the 338 super prime, and 3, 3, and 8 are the indices of 5, 5, and 19. 5519 composite happens to be 6,346, which is the total number of verses in the entire Quran. This is including the unnumbered Bismillahs. Okay? So let's rearrange this. Instead of 5519, we write it 1955. 1955 happens to be the 1657th composite, and 1657 in base 19 is 9127 or 9127 in base 10. Okay? So you can't get away from this. 338 triprime happens to be 1362. And the number of verses from 11 to 9127. That's what 1362 is. It's the number of verses from 11 to 9127. And again, you can check all of these in the Quran that we have online. Okay? Because we have numbered these things. That's how God does things. Okay? So these numbers that we have here were not available before. Okay? These numbers were not available here before, as we have it here. Okay? So if I go to 9127, there it is, as you see here, 1362 in red. That's the number of verses from the beginning of the Quran to this verse, 1362. Okay? So God says, we collected into the Quran. These numbers did not exist. If you grab a Quran, these numbers are not there. Okay? But now they are in front of us. And for this we should be grateful, because this computer age and all of these facilities are available to us. These software programs that are available to us enable us to do these things that we could not do before. All of these Excel and things like that, it makes it so nice in a table form that you can put it in there, and the translation is there, and this is there, and you can add another translation if you want to. If somebody has the thing, so they can put another translation in there underneath that, and in different languages and all kinds of stuff. Okay? This is how God has designed the Quran, and that's how He expands it. He expands our understanding of it every day. Okay? So these numbers, as we see, they are there for a reason. Okay? We didn't know about super primes before. Now we know about super primes. This is a mercy from God. This is a huge blessing from Him. And so what we have to do then, we have to pay attention to the literal Word of God, what He's telling us. When He's telling us that, look, this is what the interaction is between the Creator and His creation. We have to believe that. When God says that He offered this to the mountains and they to the sky and the land and the mountains, and they refused it, okay, they were too afraid to bear this. But God says, so they have a consciousness. The mountain has a consciousness. The vacuum has a consciousness. Okay? Now we know that. We understand that. We believe God when He tells us that. We don't think of these as just stories. We believe that as physical facts that God is describing to us about His creation. Okay? And so we should take heed, and as I said, when we see these signs, we should also make sure that we abide by them. That we take them seriously. We give them due attention and due regards. Okay? So I'm going to stop here and we'll finish our Jum'ah. Allahu Kabir.